Anna, your sister's coming over tonight. Can you make sure you're home by 6? Mom's voice crackled over the phone, a bit too cheery for my liking. I stood frozen in the middle of my work break room, clutching my coffee cup. I sighed and sank into a chair, knowing exactly where this conversation was going. Mom, I told you I'm swamped with work. I can't come. Plus, you already know how I feel about these forced family dinners. Anna, don't be like that. She chirped, ignoring my response entirely. Claire has some big news. You wouldn't want to miss it, would you? Claire always had big news. Claire, the perfect twin, who was getting everything handed to her on a silver platter. But of course, I didn't say that out loud. I tried to play nice. I'll try, I muttered, knowing full well I wouldn't go. Oh, good. Your dad and I are so excited. You know how proud we are of your sister. Her enthusiasm burned through the phone like acid, eating away at my patience. She's really been making us proud. You should think about learning a few things from her, Anna. She's really been an inspiration. I grit my teeth, feeling my fingers tighten around the cup. Yeah, I'll think about it, I said through clenched teeth. But like I said, I might not make it. Before Mom could respond, I hung up. My heart pounded as I threw my phone back into my bag. It was always the same story. Claire this, Claire that. Mom didn't even care about my side of things. But tonight, it felt like more than just the usual disappointment. When I got home that evening, there was already a voice message waiting on my phone. I didn't even need to check who it was from, Mom, of course. I pressed play. Anna. I was hoping you'd be here. Claire just told us she's getting married. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, we're so happy. Your dad and I are going to help her with the wedding. You should come by soon so we can all talk. It'll be like old times. I groaned and tossed the phone onto my bed. Of course, Claire was getting married. Of course, they were going to help her with the wedding. A sick feeling churned in my stomach as I sat down, staring at the wall. That wedding fund had been meant for me. They'd promised it to me when I first got engaged to Ethan. I'd been so excited, imagining the beautiful day, planning it down to the tiniest detail, knowing that we had everything covered. But then, when Ethan and I broke up, the money just disappeared. Whenever I asked Mom about it, she brushed me off, saying it was for emergencies. I guess emergencies now meant Claire's dream wedding. Just thinking about it made my skin crawl. The next morning, I decided to call my mom back. I needed to know. I needed confirmation. After a few rings, she picked up. Anna. I was hoping to hear from you soon, she said with that same high-pitched voice that grated on my nerves. How are you, dear? I'm fine, Mom, I said, jumping straight to the point. I got your message about Claire's wedding. Oh, yes, she gushed. Isn't it wonderful? We're all so thrilled. We're already making arrangements. That's great, Mom, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. But I was wondering about something. Remember the wedding fund you and Dad set aside for me a few years ago? Oh, that? She said, her tone shifting to something more dismissive. Well, honey, that was when you were engaged. You're not anymore, so we thought it would be better to use it for Claire. She's getting married first, after all. I felt a lump rise in my throat, anger swirling through me. You're using the entire fund for Claire's wedding? Mom's voice softened like she was talking to a child who didn't understand. Well, sweetie, Claire needs our help. Weddings are expensive, you know. You'll get your turn eventually. My grip on the phone tightened. Eventually? Yes, when the time comes. You and Claire are both our daughters. We love you equally, of course. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. You promised me that money, Mom. You said it was for my wedding. I waited years, and now you're just giving it to Claire? Her tone grew cold, defensive. Anna, don't be selfish. Your sister deserves this happiness. You'll find someone one day, and we'll figure something out when the time comes. It felt like someone had punched me in the gut. All those years of being the afterthought, of being brushed aside while Claire basked in the spotlight. And now they were taking my wedding money, too. I don't think you understand, Mom, I said, my voice trembling with anger. I'm done. I'm done being second to Claire. I've been patient. I've let it slide all these years. But this? This is too much. Anna, don't be ridiculous, she snapped, suddenly harsh. You're overreacting. Family comes first, and Claire needs us now. You'll just have to wait your turn. I hung up without another word. I couldn't take it anymore. Years of being ignored, overlooked, and forgotten had built up, and now it was spilling out all at once. I knew, in that moment, I couldn't keep letting them treat me like this. Something had to change. I had to change. As I stood there, my hands trembling with frustration, I realized I had reached my breaking point. The next few days were a whirlwind of emotions, anger, disappointment, and a strange sense of liberation. I spent hours in my small apartment, pacing back and forth, replaying the conversation with my mother over and over in my mind. Anna, don't be selfish. Those words echoed like a haunting refrain, tugging at my heart. I tossed my phone on the table, the screen flashing with messages from my parents, begging for my attention. But I ignored them. They didn't get it. They never had. That Friday evening, I met my best friend Lily at our favorite cafe. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, but it did little to soothe the storm brewing inside me. Hey, Anna. You okay? Lily asked, sliding into the seat across from me. Her eyes were wide with concern, and I could see she had picked up on my unease immediately. Not really, I replied, folding my arms on the table. My parents just blew my wedding fund on Claire's wedding. Lily frowned. What? Are you serious? Dead serious. Mom said it was better for Claire since she's getting married first. Like my engagement never mattered at all. I ran a hand through my hair, feeling the frustration boiling over again. It's infuriating. What did you say? Lily asked, leaning in closer, her voice low. I told her I was done. I can't keep letting them walk all over me like this. I've been second best for far too long. Lily's expression softened. I can't believe they did that. I know how much you are looking forward to planning your wedding. Have you thought about what you're going to do next? I don't know, I admitted. Part of me just wants to cut them off completely. If they can't respect me, why should I keep them in my life? Do you really think you can do that? Lily asked, raising an eyebrow. I mean, it's your family. Maybe they're not the family I want anymore, I said, my heart racing. It's always been about Claire, and I've had enough. I need to put myself first for once. Lily nodded, considering my words. It sounds like you've made up your mind. Just know that whatever you choose, I'm here for you. We spent the next hour discussing everything, my plans, my feelings, and what life would look like without my family's constant interference. For the first time in a long time, I felt like I had control over my life. By the time I left the cafe, the sun was setting, casting a golden hue over the city. I took a deep breath and decided it was time to take action. That night, I sat down to write an email to my parents, pouring out everything that had been bottled up inside me. Subject: a difficult decision. Dear Mom and Dad, I hope you both are doing well. I've given this a lot of thought, and I need to be honest about how I feel. For years, I felt like I've been living in Claire's shadow. It's not that I don't love her, I do. But I can't keep pretending that I'm okay with being second best in my own family. The recent events regarding my wedding fund were the last straw. I can't believe you would prioritize Claire's wedding over mine, especially after you promised it would be there for me. It feels like my life is on hold while everyone else moves forward, and I'm tired of it. I deserve to be treated with respect and as an equal. So, for now, I'm going to take a step back. I need some time to figure things out without the pressure of family obligations hanging over me. Please understand that this isn't an easy decision for me, but it's what I need to do right now. I hope you can respect that. Love. Anna. After sending the email, I felt a mix of relief and anxiety. It was done. I had taken the first step toward reclaiming my life. The next morning, my phone buzzed with a text from Lily. How are you feeling? Any responses yet? I took a deep breath. No, not yet. I'm a little scared, honestly. What if they try to talk me out of it? They might, Lily replied. But you need to stay strong. You've got this. The day dragged on. Every time my phone buzzed, my heart raced, half hoping for a reply and half dreading it. Finally, around dinner time, I got a response from my mother. Subject: a difficult decision. Anna. I'm so disappointed in you right now. I can't believe you would cut us off over something so trivial. Your sister is getting married, and she needs us now more than ever. This isn't just about you, it's about family. You're being selfish, and I thought you were better than that. I really think you need to come over and talk this through. We can't let this ruin our family. Love. Mom. I stared at the email, feeling my stomach drop. Selfish? I murmured to myself, anger bubbling back to the surface. How could she not see my side? I took a moment before typing a response. Subject: a difficult decision. Mom. I thought you might say that. But this isn't about being selfish, it's about standing up for myself. For once, I need to prioritize my happiness and well-being. I appreciate your concern, but I really do need some space right now. With that, I hit send and felt a strange sense of finality wash over me. As the days went by, I waited anxiously for a response. Each day felt longer than the last, the tension in my chest refusing to ease. Finally, I received another message, this time from my father. Subject: a difficult decision. Anna. Your mother is upset, and I understand where she's coming from. But you need to know that we love you and that family is what matters most. You need to talk to us. This is not the way to handle things. Please come over this weekend. We need to sort this out. Love. Dad. My hand shook as I read his email. They just don't get it, I whispered to myself, frustration mounting. The same patterns, the same dismissals. They thought that by bringing me back into their fold, I would somehow feel better. But the truth was, I needed to break free. I felt it deep in my bones. I stood up, staring out the window at the darkening sky. My decision was made. I was going to stick to my guns. No more family gatherings, no more discussions about Claire's accomplishments. It was time to forge my own path, with or without them. As I turned away from the window, I felt a spark of hope ignite within me. Maybe this was the beginning of something new, a life that was truly my own. A week passed, and the silence was deafening. I expected more emails or calls, but my parents had gone quiet. Part of me felt relieved, as if I had stepped out of a storm and into the calm. But another part of me was anxious, wondering if they were truly processing my words or plotting their next move. One evening, as I prepared dinner, my phone buzzed again. This time it was a group text from my parents and Claire. Hi Anna. We're all getting together this weekend to celebrate Claire's engagement. We really hope you can make it. It won't be the same without you. I stared at the message, feeling my heart drop. Celebrate Claire's engagement? I muttered, feeling a mix of anger and bitterness. Lily, who was visiting that evening, looked over my shoulder. What is it? They want me to come to Claire's engagement celebration. They're just ignoring everything I said. Unbelievable, she said, shaking her head. What are you going to do? I don't know, I replied, frustration coursing through me. Part of me wants to go and confront them. But another part of me knows it would just turn into a huge argument. Do you really think you'll get anywhere with that? Lily asked gently. Sometimes it's better to just let it go, you know? Focus on yourself. She was right. I had spent so long trying to make them understand my feelings, only to be met with silence or dismissal. Maybe I should just ignore it, I said, my voice barely above a whisper. Yeah, I think that's the best move for now, Lily replied. You're doing great, Anna. Just keep moving forward. That night, I found myself in front of my laptop again, fingers hovering over the keys. I couldn't stop thinking about what I wanted out of my life, what I envisioned for my future. I wanted to take control, to stop being the backup plan. Suddenly, an idea struck me. I wanted to plan my own celebration, something that was just for me, something to celebrate my independence and reclaim my identity. I took a deep breath and began drafting another email. Subject: a celebration for me. Dear family. I know you're all busy with Claire's engagement, and I truly wish you well. However, I've decided to throw a small celebration for myself next month. It's going to be a celebration of independence and a new beginning for me. I hope you can understand that I need to take this time for myself. Love. Anna. I hit send and leaned back in my chair, feeling lighter already. The next few days flew by. I spent my evenings planning the event, choosing a venue, and picking out invitations. It was exhilarating to pour my energy into something that was completely mine. Just as I was finalizing the details, I received another message from my parents. Subject: a celebration for me. Anna. We're glad to hear you're planning something, but we think it would be better if you postponed it. You should come celebrate with us instead. This is a special time for Claire, and you should be there with your family. Love. Mom. I could feel my heart racing again. They still didn't get it. I paused before responding, taking a moment to collect my thoughts. Subject: a celebration for me. Mom. I appreciate your concern, but I need to follow through with this celebration. It's my time to celebrate my own achievements and my new path forward. I hope you can respect that. I hit send and felt a rush of exhilaration mixed with fear. I was standing up for myself, and even if they didn't understand, I was determined to follow my own journey. The day of my celebration arrived, and I felt a mix of nerves and excitement. I had invited a small group of close friends and was eager to see them all gather to support me. As the evening wore on, I felt a sense of peace wash over me. Lily, who was helping me set up, leaned in with a grin. You did it, Anna. Look at how beautiful this is. I can't believe I'm finally doing this, I said, glancing around at the decorations and the tables filled with food. As the guests arrived, the atmosphere filled with laughter and warmth. It felt like a weight had lifted off my shoulders. For the first time in years, I felt truly celebrated, as if I mattered just as much as anyone else. In the midst of the festivities, I received a text from Claire. Hey. Hope you're doing well. We'd love to see you at our celebration. It's really important for family to be together during these times. I rolled my eyes, my resolve strengthening. After a few hours of mingling, I stepped outside for some fresh air, feeling the cool breeze against my skin. My phone buzzed again, this time a call from my mother. I hesitated before answering, my heart racing. Hi, Mom, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. Anna, why haven't you come to see us? You're missing out on something special, she said, a hint of frustration in her tone. I'm sorry, but I need to prioritize my own life right now, I said firmly. I hope you understand. Understand? This isn't how families work. You can't just ignore us because you're upset. She argued. I'm not ignoring you, Mom. I'm just choosing to focus on what makes me happy. If that means stepping away from you for a while, then so be it. There was a long silence on the other end of the line. I could almost hear the gears turning in her mind. Anna, I don't know what to say, she finally replied, sounding defeated. Just understand that this is what I need, I said softly, my heart racing as I braced myself for her reaction. I don't want to lose you, she whispered. You won't lose me, Mom. But I can't keep pretending that everything is okay when it's not. I need to find my own way, even if it means being away from you for a while. As I hung up the phone, a wave of relief washed over me. I had finally set boundaries, and I felt stronger than I had in years. The celebration continued, and as I laughed with my friends and celebrated my newfound freedom, I realized that I was on the right path. It wasn't going to be easy, but for the first time in my life, I felt like I was truly living for myself. And that was more than enough.